You can't just go full pressure. As soon as you get it, as soon as you start up, you'll do something. You can feel something. It's not as smooth as it normally would be. This was a gear motor, 365 series, sold back in March. As soon as they installed it, they noticed a significant grinding noise. So they sent it back for warranty. So what we're doing is we're just opening it up to see what's going on the inside. It does seem like there's some kind of, I wouldn't say binding, but it does feel a little rough when you turn the shaft by hand. How bad is that? Let's see.
What's weird is that there's no wear in here though, but there is full wear here and here. Oh yeah, what is that?
I don't know, I was looking at that earlier. It's on this one too.
It looks like something got in there maybe?
It's possible. I want to check the gauge though. It seems tight. So it's not like it doesn't seem worn out.
That's where it's not worn out.
That's where it's not worn out. But where it's worn on this side, where 7 is the max, then now I noticed on the shaft itself, on the gears, there's a lot of, take a look, on the shaft itself, on the teeth. It's almost like something maybe went through there because it's scored.
Yeah, funny enough though, the outside of them don't feel terrible. They're not good, but it's not.
Yeah, I wonder how long they ran it for though. It might not even been that long.
No. They said it's something like, I'm pretty sure as soon as they heard the noise, they took it off.
So if you look at this, Russell, it's got wear here,
On the other side,
here, but not there.
Oh yeah, it's pretty significant. Not the worst I've ever seen, but it's definitely significant.
Yeah.
Is it possible, Russell, that if
load?
there was too much load pushing on the shaft in a direction, that it could be enough just to like lift it off of one side and not wear there?
Possibly. Have you looked at the bushings yet?
Just these ones, which don't look bad.
Yeah, they look completely fine.
Let's pull the shaft out, see what's going on that side.
Bushings appear to be okay.
So I'm almost tempted to just put it back together and put it on the bench.
Try, but you're most likely going to get quite a bit of leakage.
Yeah, because it's warm. It's over 7,000.
Did we run it in before we gave it to them?
Yeah,
okay.
we run in everything.
Okay.
This likely ran into 1,000 to 1,500 psi both ways.
Higher
before
than
it
normal.
shipped. Yeah.
Something out of the ordinary. Shaft seal looks like it's out a little bit.
Russell, does that not seem high to you?
Yes, it is.
So,
Looks like the shaft seal is a little bit blown.
Overpressurized.
Yeah, overpressurized. That would be my observation.
overpressurized it when it was installed.
Yeah.
How do you
Shaft
do
seal's
that?
coming out.
You
Okay.
can't just go full pressure. As soon as
Like
you get it,
0
as
to
soon as you
100,
start
yeah.
up, you'll do something.
Yeah.
So these warning tags are attached to each gear pump before it leaves our facility, giving you startup procedure so you do not void your warranty. To me, it looks like you need a new housing, you need a new gear set, you need new thrust plates, new seals. The only reusable piece are basically your shaft end cover and your port end cover. Maybe your Conti shaft.
Let me just explain a little more what's going on. We see it quite a bit, which is why we made those tags for customers. So now, here I have a gear set. This is the drive gear, this is the idler gear. So this is the part that would stick out and be attached to something. They're in the housing, like this. It's a very tight fit. So here I have 2 gear housings just so that it can fit. Normally, this would be right up against this line. But what happens is, pressure comes in one way, and it pushes these gears against the housing on the other side. And what will happen is that in a pump, it'll gradually put on more and more pressure as it gets going, each time removing a little bit of material around this gear housing here. But in a motor, they're particularly susceptible because the engine will be running, the pump will be running, and then all of a sudden somebody will hit a valve, and this gear motor will go from a standstill here to full pressure. And when that happens, the entire gear set gets pushed that way into the housing, and it just digs. It digs right into the housing, and then it stops. It will either seize, or it will just take a big chunk of material out of there. So what's most important when dealing with these is to start them with low pressure and to slowly build the pressure, because don't forget, every single surface area that you have is going to have the pressure pushing against it. You want to slowly build it up and then eventually at full pressure. So maybe do it 3 times, go 500, then 1,000, and then 1,500 PSI so each time, and it takes maybe about 5 minutes. There. So follow the tag instructions there. And remember, it's the motors that are the most important, because they're the ones where you're just going to all of a sudden turn it on full pressure, and it's just going to bind, it's going to seize, it's going to dig right into that gear housing.
So the outcome of this warranty claim was the unit was overpressurized upon startup. The customer was provided with a quotation for rebuild, which they proceeded with. At this point, we are changing the gear housing, a new gear set, new thrust plates, new seals, and new shaft seal, and we're going to put it together and test it on the bench before it goes back to our customer. So we're going to run this at 1,500 RPM, or sorry, 1,500 pressure.
We're gonna run it up to
To 1,500 PSI.
yeah, because so when we load it up on here, it gets to about 1,500. Yeah.
So we're at 1,500 PSI, 850 RPM. It's one direction, and we're just going to run it in the second direction, the other direction now. Same thing on going the opposite way. As you can see, no excessive noise, perfectly normally sounding. I would say this one's good, ready to go back to the customer.